Hey guys, this is me editing. What I realized while editing is that I'm so loud in the video. The reason for that was because I thought you guys couldn't hear me because I had a huge fan on. So sorry if I was so loud. Yeah, and also people were talking in the background, so I didn't want you guys to hear them. But that's why I'm loud, if you're wondering. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Dayami here, and today I'm going to be doing my May wrap-up of all the books I read this month. I did not read as many books as I wanted to, but that's because one of the books was bigger. So, yeah. But basically, the way I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to be telling you the book title, what I rated it, why I rated it that, what I loved and what I disliked about the book, why I recommend it. And so I have basically I have a journal where I keep track of all the books that I read in the month. So I'm going to be saying them in order. So let's just start. The first book I read this month was A New Model by Ashley Graham, which is a autobiography. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. I loved it so much, but I just don't think it reached the 5-star. You know, I loved it, but I had a complication with finishing it because I just got bored. But that's just my personal taste. I was kind of in a reading slump, so that's probably why it took away from the reading experience. But it's nothing personal with the book, it's just my personal preference. So basically, if you don't know what this is about a plus-size model, and she just basically talks about her struggles through life and how hard it is to be a plus-size model and what things come your way. Basically, she just goes through how it's like to be a plus-size model and the upsides and downsides of being a model. I found this very inspirational and I found it very moving. She talks about a lot of things, including her family life and her personal life, including her husband, and I just loved it so much because I felt like I was in her life, even though I wasn't. But I found this very inspirational because she's talking about self-confidence issues. It's okay to struggle with that, you're human. I don't know how to explain it. I just loved it a lot. It covered a lot of things that most books don't, which that's why I also appreciated it. If you're also wondering why I don't have a book sleeve on it, it's because I bought this many years ago and I decided to ruin it before even reading it. I don't know why I did that, but this is how the book sleeve looks like, and I feel like you should definitely read this if you have self-confidence issues or you need something to kind of lift you up. Even if you don't have self-confidence issues, this also helps with a lot of things. Hearing other people's experiences also can sometimes help you guide yourself through your experience. I don't know. Let's just get to the next book. The next book I read this month was Roderick Rules by Jeff Kinney. I gave this 3 stars because I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. I read this for the Read a Ton of Blue Booksathon hosted by Life Goofer on Instagram. She's also hosting a Red Bookathon, which I definitely want to join. But anyways, that's not in the point. I read this book during that readathon. I liked it. I'm not gonna say what this is about because every book is basically about the same thing. It's just about Greg. I don't know. It's following a middle school kid and his thought. It's just a diary of a middle school kid. I don't know how else to explain it, but it was just an okay read. I don't know how to explain it. Next book I read was The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne, and I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars. This is basically about a little boy named Bruno. He is 9 years old, and it's taking place during the time of the Nazi war, the World War II, and he is a German. I think he's a German, and they have to move to a new place because his dad is a soldier, and he earned a new position that involves moving to a different state. So they move into this new house perfectly, and Bruno hates it because he's bored out of his mind. But one day he's just wandering in the back of the house, and he finds this fence where he meets a little boy around his same age. In fact, they have the same birthday, named Schmal. And basically they just create what Bruno doesn't know is that he's a Nazi and he is not supposed to like him. But they create a very special bond. They became best friends, and it just kicks off from there. A lot of downsides and upsides come with it. So now I'm going to tell you what I liked and what I disliked about the book. So what I liked is that there was a lot of funny parts. I liked that even though this is on a serious topic, there was also a little, like, jokes to grasp onto, to also relate to, which I really liked that aspect. But what I disliked was that how it's not really anything about the author, it's just the characters. Bruno was very clueless. Well, of course he's a 9-year-old, but like at the same time he was very clueless of what was going around, like what's going on around him. He didn't even know what his father did for a living. I'm like, what? You don't know your father's a Nazi soldier? He's killing all these people? Basically, I just don't like how Bruno is so clueless. And then Gretel, she's 12 years old, which is Bruno's older sister, and she shames Bruno. She's like, you're only 9 years old, how would you know that? Basically, I hate it when people tell me just because I'm younger than them, I don't know any more better. Like, how do you know? I'm not gonna say I hated Gretel, I just very disliked Gretel because she was such a snotty child. I feel like she wanted everything handed on her on like a gold platter. Like, she was just very rude, and I don't know, because the mother said she raised them better. Like, Bruno was always talking about all these rules that restricted to follow and all these things they were supposed to do, and then Gretel's over here acting like that. I'm like, is it the allegations only for you? Because Gretel's acting like she has no boundaries. You could also go watch my reading vlog. I will link it in the description down below. I also basically just talk about my thought process through reading it. I don't know. And I also add some more thoughts that I probably forgot to mention in this video. But yeah. I also forgot to mention the fact that Gretel tried to freaking date a 17-year-old and she's only 12. The last book I read this month was Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This is an 800-page book. I listened through it through audiobook, but the problem was that Scribd didn't have the audiobook, so I had to look it up online, and luckily I found a free audiobook for Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. The only complication I had was that you couldn't speed it up. It was like you couldn't speed up the narrator, so you would have to listen through it on normal speed, which really frustrated me because the narrator talked slow and each chapter was like around 48 minutes long, which kind of really made me mad because like I do not have that much time. But finishing this book was definitely a struggle due to that reason. I give this 5 out of 5 stars. This is definitely my favorite book so far from the Harry Potter series. I just loved all the elements in it. What I noticed was that all the characters were out of their place. Like, they really acting so different in this book. I felt like I didn't even know them. It was so weird. Like, at first Harry was being such a brat. I don't know. And I don't know. I just have so many thoughts on this. This is definitely my favorite book out of the whole series for many reasons. And then I also have a lot of green tabs, which green tabs mean angry moments. I was very angry through most of this book, and the reason for most of this was because of Professor Umbridge. She was so annoying. Like, she was trying to change, like, the whole school was going downhill when she joined. She was like firing all these teachers and just trying to make new rules up. Like, I don't understand how this random person could just join the school district and then just change everything. Like, I don't understand. I really disliked her character. If you want to hear a deeper, in-depth review on what I actually overall think and like actually going over little specific parts in this book, let me know. I will make a separate video. Those are all the books that I read in May. I'm still in the process of reading Twilight. I did want to finish it before May ended so I could include it in this wrap up, but sadly I did not. But in May, I did read 292 pages of this book. Yeah, but I did read some of this, so this will be in my June wrap-up, or it will be in the vlog if I talk about it in a vlog. But yeah. So basically, those are all the books that I read in May. I definitely wish I read a little bit more, but that's okay. I'm not going to, like, put pressure on myself. It's whatever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video or reading vlog. I'm also looking for suggestions on video ideas because I'm running out of video ideas. So if you have any idea on what ideas you want to see on my channel, let me know in the comment section down below. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.